What is up, awesome people, and welcome back to another Wi-Fi Wednesday shenanigans! Okay, I'm giving you guys a double lot of shenanigans for tonight since I do feel sorry for not uploading one last week. Okay, so continue on with the International Challenge for February. Yes, I actually have quite a lot of these to do, so I may need to start pushing these out pretty quickly now. I think I got like another 30 to do, so I hope you guys are enjoying this little streak of International Challenge for February. Trying to get these out before April comes out, which is at the end of the month, which we'll be, as I said, doing a live stream for. So anyways, without further ado, let's just kickstart into it and see what these shenanigans are. So again, we've got some long battles and hopefully a little bit more enjoyable, and I actually do win some of these as well. Okay, so the usual shenanigans here, we've got the slow bro and Harry Armour lead. We should know what I'm leading with by now since I have been leading with this the entire competition. So they're gonna lead with the Clefairy and Tapu Koko. I have to give major props there because it's not very often I see Clefairy, and if I do, they're the absolute beastie things thanks to Friend Guard, which boosts up the allies' defense, special defense by 20%, I think? It's an awesome ability, I know that. I just can't remember how much it boosted by. Anyways, the Clefairy goes for Follow Me, thinking I was going to go for like Poison Jab or something onto the Tapu Koko or something like that. I haven't really got a reason why they would use Follow Me, because most times Harry Armour, when you see it, you know it's going to go for Fake Out. So I went for Trick Room there, set that up, and swapped into Mudsdale, thinking, okay, they're going to go for like Discharge with Thunderbolt and the Slow Bro. So I swap into Mudsdale for that. They swap out Tapu Koko, go into Celesteela. I'm like, oh great, this thing's really annoying. And that goes for Minimize. I'm like, okay, you've just lost all my props from me, because by this stage of the stream, and when I was doing this, I'd already had some pretty bad luck with evasion. So I misread Rock Slide, I do believe, or Poison Jab, but I hit with Heavy Slams, which was awesome, so Clefairy goes good night there. This Friend Guard I don't think affects the Clefairy. Unfortunately though, I did go for the Poison Jab, so that was kind of like the only part I think I may have accidentally made a mistake on. That was really shoddy play on my part, where I could have gone close combat onto Celesteela and did some damage, because I think this might have been a sweepy set on Celesteela. It's really hard to tell sometimes because this thing can run like defensive or special sets. So anyways, the next Pokemon is going to be Mimikyu. So I go for Rock Slide here to try and bust the Disguise and do some flinch damage here. I do miss the Mimikyu, unfortunately, which was kind of like my main target here. So I was kind of hoping to hit with Rock Slide and then go for Poison Jab and then take it out. Not the case. I do get the poison, however, on the Poison Jab onto the Mimikyu, and plus breaking the Disguise, which is awesome. So that's really cool, so I get residual damage from the poison. So I'm now left to be hit by Giga Drain from the Celesteela. So thank God I have Assault Vest on Mudsdale, which helps me tank these Giga Drains a little better than what I normally would. I do tank it reasonably well, even with the Assault Vest. So unfortunately, this Mimikyu is not running the usual Z Splash or the Sword Dance Focus Sash or the Life Orb Sword Stance or whatever they normally run. It actually had the Fairy Z with Twinkle Tackles. It's like, oh, yeah, that might be slight overkill on my Harry Armour, because Play Rough would have taken it out from that range. So yeah, that kind of happened. So unfortunately I lost Harry Armour, which means that Rock Slide actually did play a huge role on that particular turn, because if I actually did hit, I think Poison Jab may have actually killed the Mimikyu, considering I guts up and everything. Alright, so in comes the Vikavolt, which was my last remaining Pokemon. Remember, Slowbro is in reserve as well, which swapped out. The Mimikyu goes for the Shadow Sneak onto Vikavolt. I was like, that's interesting, because they probably should have gone onto my Mudsdale. I know it probably wouldn't have killed, but they would have done at least a bit of damage there to Mudsdale, and Giga Drain would have taken it out. So Mimikyu finally goes good night. I go for Thunderbolt on Celesteela. Unfortunately, I only bring it down to just the high red there, so I was like, oh, that's annoying. Fire Blast manages to hit me and takes me down to 3 health. I'm like, yes, but I get burnt. So as soon as my hopes went up, me hopes immediately plummeted when I got the burn, because I'm gonna die to that. And my Trick Room wears out, so it's like triple whammy there, which was really annoying. So they're bringing back out the Tapu Koko. So these are our last 2 Pokemon, and this is also my last 2 Pokemon. It's like, great. I'm weak to Thunderbolt. I need to hope they're not running Choice Specs or Life Orb with 252 EVs and Special Attack, because that is a guaranteed kill on my Slowbro. So here's the moment of truth. They go for Volt Switch. That's going to hit me Slowbro, and it's just going to miss out the KO set. So I'm thinking with that much damage, it either is 252 EVs and Special Attack, or it's Choice Specs. So Giga Drain coming here onto my Slowbro. That is not going to take it out. It does take it down to the red once again after Wikiberry kicks in. So with the recovery on Giga Drain does bring it back up to the high orange. I do go for high horsepower, going to hit that Tapu Koko and take it out, which is awesome, which relieves their Celesteela as their last Pokemon, I do believe. So I go for the Scald here, Scald that Celesteela. Do I get the burn? Nah. I never get the burn on Skull, let's just face it. So Giga Drain once again onto the Slowbro. That is of course going to take out the Slowbro, which means it's a 1v1 Mudsdale versus Celesteela. So I'm thinking here maybe I should have actually set up the Trick Room by now, because I would have outsped the Celesteela and actually did something there. Because I don't think I'm going to take out Celesteela with my Mudsdale. So I go for Rock Slide here, hoping for a crit. Don't get the crit, do bring it down to the red. That's the very best I'm going to do. And as I said, with a +1, I don't think I'm going to live that. Nope, I don't. So if it didn't get the +1, I think I'm going to just live Giga Drain if I was lucky. But yeah, everything kind of just came crashing down to earth when it got the +1 in special attack. So yeah, unfortunately that's how it turned out. A little bit of bad luck there, but regardless, it still was a really fun battle. Alright, moving on to the next battle. So this one may have been slightly dragged out. I was trying to figure out when I was reviewing this if it was down to just bad plays on my part or if it's just one of those story battles I had to play out. So anyways, let's have a look at how these shenanigans went down. So the same usual lead. I think we're starting to get sick of the whole Hariyama and Slowbro. As I said, I am trying to fix that at the moment to try and fix out a few kinks with it. So anyways, the opponent's going to lead with Neoligo and Arcanine. So like Arcanine can run so many things, it's really hard to actually predict what it's going to do. So I go for Fake Out on the Neoligo because by this stage I also knew that there's a potential chance it could be running the Grassy MZ for Bloom Doom coming off Giga Drain, I do believe. So the Arcanine is actually running the obvious bulky set here, so Intimidate to lower physical attackers and then Snarl to lower down special attackers. So good chance that it's running like a berry, like Wikiberry or Figgy Berry or something like that to recover its health. Otherwise, off chance maybe Assault Vest. It's something that I've been thinking about running as Assault Vest Arcanine. Anyways, I'm going to go swap into Gigalith. Considering I have a -1 in my special attack on Slowbro, that's probably a really good idea because Sandstream, plus if it's running like Assault Vest or something, is going to tank those golds so easily. So I'm assuming it's not Assault Vest considering how much it did, but I could be wrong there. So, because I got a -1 in my attack for Hariyama, my Rock Slide isn't doing as much as it usually would. So Snell, once again, it's not doing as much because obviously it's a bulky set, but it is still highly affecting my Slowbro here because I should be doing a lot more damage output. Alright, but I am also considering here, why am I not close combating the Gigalith? As I said, if it is running Assault Vest, then yeah, it probably would tank a -1 close combat considerably well, even from a Guts Hariyama. And do keeping in mind as well, I am not running 252 EVs in attack, so I guess that's maybe why I'm not going for close combat. I can't quite recall what I'm thinking here. So I go for another Scald there, do bring the Arcanine down to around the 3/4 damage there. Rock Slide comes off the Gigalith there, which I'm going, great, don't flinch me, and I get flinched. I was like, god damn it, the bad luck continues. Alright, so Snow just misses out on the kill there on my Slowbro. Instead, my special attack is like -3 or -4 by this stage. He's like, yep, I ain't doing nothing here. I may be able to take out the Arcanine, but at risk of activating its berry if it is running one of those. And I do nothing to Gigalith by this stage, considering that Sandstream, or the Sandstorm, is boosting a special defense by 50%, I do believe. Alright, so the Sandstorm does residual damage, at the same time, unfortunately, it does activate its berry, so that's going to kick it right back up to quarter damage there, which is really annoying. So, residual damage continues on my 2 Pokemon here, so it's like, alright, I can't do anything here now. I've got absolutely no special attack on my Slowbro, so let's swap that out, go into Mudsdale, because I know the Gigalith has a good chance of going for the Rock Slide there, and Arcanine will probably continue using Snarl. So I'm going to go Primarina. We all know what's going to happen here. I'm probably going to die. So they're going to swap out the Arcanine, go into their Garchomp. I mean, good play. So the Gigalith's going to go for the Rock Slide here. That's going to hit my Primarina decently hard there. Not going to do very much. Mudsdale will give me the stamina boost, which is awesome. So +1 there. Not a very good start there for Prim. I actually don't know why I brought Primarina, because I could have brought something like Executor and done something a lot better. So they're going to swap out their Garchomp, thinking Actually, I don't know what they're thinking there because they're not going to kill me with Heavy Slam, but maybe just in case they didn't kill, they're just playing it very safe, or they're just going to try and nullify my Mudstyle's attack with an Arcanine. Either way, I think that would have been probably more effective in the long run because I think they knew they were going to OHKO my Primarina. So that goes down after doing absolutely nothing once again. So I go for high horsepower. That's going to do a considerable amount of damage there to Gigalith. I'm assuming they swapped in Arcanine just to prevent the OHKO there. Very risky play just in case I went for Earthquake there because I would have hit both Arcanine and Gigalith for a lot more base power and probably taken out the Gigalith and dealt a lot more damage to Arcanine. Alright, so they're going to swap out their Gigalith there and go into their Garchomp once again because they know they ain't going Ice Beam that turn. And plus Sandveil most likely. So Snarl once again, that's going to lower my Slowbro back down to -1 in special attack. And I think this turn I actually might have went for Earthquake, I do believe. So I sent him a boost onto the Mudstyle. I know I went for high horsepower, and I went onto the Garchomp. Now I could have gone onto the Arcanine and went lowered that's health, but I think, in my honest opinion, that was probably the best play that I could have done. Sandstorm ended, which was awesome, and at the same time, because I do have a -1 in my special attack, I knew I wasn't going to take out Garchomp from full range. However, if I already dealt damage to it, I knew I was going to take it out, so that was awesome. At the same time, I was kind of playing it really safe just in case it was another one of those bulky Garchomps, which you saw in the last video. Alright, so high horsepower does take out the Arcanine, so I was like, great, 2 annoying Pokemon out of the way, which is awesome. So they're going to be left with the Gigalith, and I think Neoligo was their last Pokemon? Yes. Alright, so Gigalith is nearly dead, which is awesome, so that is badly beaten, and Neoligo will go down to a high horsepower considering if I hit that or I just go for an Earthquake, because by this stage, I know an Earthquake is going to take that out, and Neoligo is 4 times weak to Earthquake, which is awesome, so that should go down to an Earthquake. So pretty much was a safe play going for Earthquake there, which is what I do. Awesome, so after a very long losing streak there, 3 losing streaks in a row, actually it's probably a lot more than that after reviewing so many bloody replays, so you expect a lot more losing battles to come. But anyways, enjoy the wins, you ain't going to be seeing too many more of them. Alright, so that's that done. So the last shenanigans for tonight. As I said, I do feel kind of bad that I've given you so many losses. I actually wanted to demonstrate a few more victories. Even though I demonstrate quite, I think, too many of them. Anyways. So they're going to leave with Snorlax and Comfey, my absolute horrid lead scene, because Comfey is an excellent Trick Roomer setup, regardless of its nice base 110 speed, I do believe. This thing is just such a scary Trick Room setup. Actually, I've been looking at one quite recently, and they're, as I said, quite scary. Anyways, they're going to swap out the Snorlax. I think I was going to go for close combat or something, fair play there. So, at the same time, Finny really does wreck my Hariyama. It's another one of those counters this lead. So, Draining Kiss there actually does out-prioritize my Fake Out, since I do have the same priority. Comfey being higher speed there does, obviously, the same priority does mean they go by speed. So, since it outsped me, it means it can go for the first priority first. So, Fake Out did a little bit of damage there to Finny. Finny's running leftovers, like, okay, this could be a supporty type of Finny, or it's a nice defensive Finny, but we'll just see what's going to happen here. So I'm going to swap out my Slowbro there, because there isn't too much my Slowbro is going to do. Go into my Vigavolt, because I know that's going to do the most damage to type of Finny. I haven't really got much to counter type of Finny, unfortunately. So Draining Kiss once again is going to be doing more damage there to my Hariyama, thanks to a critical hit, unfortunately. Going for the Poison Jab, that's going to hit the Tappy Finny for some decent damage there, bring it down to the high orange there. Moonblast, well, let's just say goodnight Hariyama here. There's just no chance I'm going to live that, considering that there's also a Mystic Terrain up. So Hariyama goes down, and I don't attack because I forgot I swapped on this turn. So Leftovers is going to bring the Tappy Finny back to the very low green range there. So I'm going to send in my Mudstyle here. So what basically I'm going to do this turn is just Thunderbolt the Finny and then go Heavy Slam onto the Comfey. Unfortunately though, the Tappy Finny does go for the Protect there, kind of predicting I was going to go for the Thunderbolt that turn. So Heavy Slam now on the Comfey. There's no way Comfey's going to live that one, considering I'm going to be hitting at base 200 power there. And at the same time, Comfey's defense isn't as great as its special defense. Even if you go like Relaxed Nature or even just Bold Nature, a Heavy Slam I think is still a guaranteed KO from a Mudstyle there. Alright, so in comes the Snorlax. I'm like, you better not be a belly drum set, because otherwise I'm going to be struggling so much with you. And of course it's a belly drum set. I knew it. Considering it did leave with the Comfey set, Comfey there, which means Comfey probably had floral healing as well, which heals 50% total health, which is really strong with Snorlax. So what could happen there is Comfey can set up the Trick Room, and the next turn after the Snorlax is set up Belly Drum, use floral healing, and then heal the Snorlax, smash up the full health, and then just watch Snorlax sweep is basically how it works. So Thunderbolt from the Vigavolt here, that's enough to take out the Tapu Fini. That's kind of overkill in my honest opinion, but regardless, that thing needs to die. I hate seeing Tapu Fini by this stage. Anyways, Exeggutor is our last Pokemon in reserve, I do believe. So it's a 2v3 by this stage. So I'm going to protect here on Vigavolt because I've got assuming here that the Snorlax is either going to go for Rock Slide, which it does, and the Exeggutor will go for Flamethrower. So that was just my prediction anyways, because I have seen physical Exeggutors, but just in case it was a special set, I went for the Protect there. So Sentiment Boost as well on Mudsdale, kind of lucky it did go Protect, and quite lucky it did go for Rock Slide, because if it went for Return or something like that, I would have been dead. Very dead. Alright, so I did go for the Flamethrower, which is awesome, and my Trick Room wears out, and at the same time, very rare you'll hear me say this, I'm actually really glad that Trick Room wear out, because I can now outspeed the Snorlax and take it out. So Giga fails to take out the Mudsdale thanks to your Assault Vest on my Mudsdale plus max HP. Go for the Empower Ice on my Vigavolt, and thanks for Expert Belt. I do believe that is a definite guaranteed KO there. Not too sure if the Expert Belt actually made a difference there, but just for the sake of argument, I'm saying it does. And then for Rock Slide, playing very risky there. Should have just gone for the Earthquake in honest opinion, but the Rock Slide connected, which is great. And that's game. Awesome. So as I said, very scary lead there with the Comfey and the Snorlax. If you ever see one of those, take out the Snorlax, unless they swap. But yeah, just note to all players, if you see those two, either take out the Comfey or target the Snorlax, or it's game. That's all I can say after my past experience with that particular lead. Anyways guys, as I said, they are probably the two victories you may see for the next couple of replays, unless I go through the replays and find out they're not that entertaining, because I've kind of reviewed like 3 or 4, 5 battles and they've all been losses. So kind of gives you an idea what the next couple of Wi-Fi Wednesdays will be like. But at the same time, having said it as well, since I've got so many of these to get through before the next international challenge for April, expect a couple of more uploads for Wi-Fi Wednesday. Considering, as I said on Twitter as well, they're like 8+ turns, which is extremely long for doubles. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed tonight's Wi-Fi Wednesday, and until next time, this is Lady KrimZen saying, ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!